And welcome everybody here in Twitch chat and everybody on YouTube for some Sivir Zoe. This is a unique donation deck submitted by a viewer that's playing a lot of cards that are not necessarily seen in the metagame too much, but could have some good success. We could kind of sneak up on some players, and I think there's a lot of good stuff here. So Giddy Sparkeologist is a card that I've always thought is kind of underrated, honestly. Like, obviously you have to behold a Celestial card for it, but granting an ally +1/+1 and Spell Shield is really good, especially with Zoe. You know, getting Zoe, above that 1/1, making it 2/2, giving it the Spell Shield, that's pretty awesome. Now, it's not that easy to behold a Celestial card, especially looking at our list. It doesn't look like besides Zoe, we really have cheap ways to get Celestial cards. It's basically just Zoe, and then we have like Priestess, Fang, stuff like that. But, it's just a 2-of. But it could be really powerful for later. We're, of course, playing Merciless Hunter. We got our Solari Priestess, Fang, stuff like that. But we got Profiteer, a card I haven't really played before. 4 mana, 5/3. When I'm summoned, create a Lucky Find in hand. Lucky Finds are great with Sivir, giving how you get to just choose a buff among 3. Also, that could be great with Zoe. You can give, that's another way to give Zoe Spell Shield, or even just like buff up a Zoe, because there's like the +0, +2, and stuff like that. Oh, so that's pretty interesting. So that's going to be a good one to try out. We have Blessing of Targon being a nice buff for Sivir or Zoe, anything like that. And then even a Chrono Shift to help protect our champions, a card that that's Zillion's champion spell, but I haven't played as just the singular spell by itself. So this is going to be a really interesting deck to try out. So let's do it. Let's go ahead and let's go play 5 games in ranked. Alright, Draven, Ezreal. Draven, Ezreal is a good deck. This should be a pretty cool matchup. Alright, so we're going to keep the Sivir for sure. And Sparkeologist is really good, but we got to have that Celestial card first. We don't really have anything to give us a Celestial card right now. Let's just go ahead and send it back. Okay. Yeah, Spacey Sketcher would help with the Gideologist. The Sparkeologist. Alright, so Violet was our first sub of the day. Let's mark that down. Cool. Super cool, even. We have lots of 4-mana units. Falling Comet, I don't really want Falling Comet for the champions. I guess we're just going to take the Traveler. Falling Comet's good against the 8/8. Captain Farron. Good old Blessing of Targon. I'm not sure they were expecting that. I don't think they were. Sure, but we got rid of their champion. And a really valuable card. Let's go Sivir.
Have faith. Business as usual.
Who needs a map?
Idiot foreigners in over their heads? Why do you ask?
Watch and learn.
4 to 6.
That's all.
Sivir's already, like, most likely pretty dead. Alright, so Ezreal's leveled up.
I'm so good, I surprised myself.
Yeah, this was a... I don't know, this is like the Shurima version of Bailey. I don't know exactly where it came from. So whichever one challenges the Ezreal, they're going to kill.
Seen tombs, towns, and everything in between.
So let's just play the Ruin Runner, because it's going to be a lot more difficult for them to kill the Ruin Runner.
We'll get our legs in.
So yeah, they were killing those.
Firing. No way.
We're going to save the spell mana. There's just nothing that I really particularly want with the super cool star chart right now.
Don't blink or you'll miss me.
To have the third Ezreal? Come on. I guess this doesn't really even work that well. They just challenge it with the protege. They ran pretty hot. They ran pretty hot.
Let my stars guide all travelers onward.
Oh, can't stop me.
Having all three Ezreals? Dang. Yeah, they ran really hot. Alright, well, 0-1 for us. Alright, Lissandra Trundle. Okay, yeah, you said usually you beat that deck easily with this one. Yeah, I could see that being a good matchup, but they had the cards to stop us, and sometimes that happens. So our plan is Zoe. Which is a good plan. I could see keeping all of these, honestly. It's like, because we're going to have round 1 Zoe, we're going to have round 2 get a Celestial card, round 3 give a +1/+1 spell shield. I want to... I guess we get rid of it. I don't know. The Guiding Touch is the one that... And then Bastion, so like once they get rid of that spell shield, then we Bastion it again. Like, they need Ice Shard. Round 2 Ice Shard. If they do not have round 2 Ice Shard, they are in a ton of trouble. No Ice Shard here, just pass.
Can see the Demacian border from
Good.
here. Safeguard our homes.
As far as Watcher goes, I like Crescent Strike over Equinox. For whenever they Spectral Matron, because then you just stun the one that's ephemeral. Like that more than Equinox. This was a bad idea, wasn't it? Then they just Vile Feast, now they kill Zoe. I should have played this. I need to keep Sparkeologist or Bastion up. Oh, Spell Shield doesn't protect from Ravine? Oh, I didn't realize that. Oh, then I guess I need to just do another Sparkeologist, make this thing a 3/3. Oh, well, there goes my whole entire plan of winning the game. I guess. Good to know. They passed really quickly. I feel like I maybe should have passed also and not dealt 3 damage to them. Oh, okay.
King of Trolls coming through.
So they just didn't play that card?
We love it when they run. I love sparkle flies. That's right. Run.
Out. Ice to meet you.
It's not ice to meet you.
I'm gonna make a U-sickle. You're in my kingdom now. It's always cold in the Freljord.
Yeah, I should have played Serpent. We've only dealt 13 damage this round. Like this game feels like a lot more than that.
Gonna find a gift for Renekton, right, Arda?
Nothing's lost. It's just waiting to be found.
So the main question is, do I kill the ice pillars,
My tail.
It's a living.
or do I just attack them? Now they can have their 3/3 block. I guess I should probably kill the ice pillars. I don't know. What do y'all think? Do y'all think I should kill these ice pillars?
This pay by the
Yeah,
hour.
kill them. Okay. So we're at 27 out of 35. I want to use some mana. I mean, I waste a lot of mana if I pass here. I could just play this Blessing of Targon, but I don't know if like the Blessing of Targon is really doing a lot for me. I guess like that makes the Sivir deal exact 8 to them, and then levels up, and then these get quick attack.
The tall as a mountain and covered in ice.
Business as usual.
They're coming. Hide.
Why would you block the 4/2 and not the 5/2?
I'm a woman
Just
of
sloppy.
principle. Mine is clean and get paid.
You just have an extra life. You just be at 12 and you choose to be at 11. It's sloppy. Opponent's playing sloppy.
I will remind the world of true power.
But this is the kind of deck, like, decks that go super big like this are the decks that you can afford to play sloppy with, because when they win by a lot. So it's no big deal. I don't think they're making the matron cost less mana. Right, like, I don't think I have to worry about Watcher this round.
Out here, you're moving or you're dead. That old trick again.
Embrace the cold.
It's a living.
Foolish child. Shatter.
I probably should just play, like, the Profiteer out first. I don't know. Definitely wish the Sivir had Overwhelm. Like, maybe I could have, like, the Profiteer give this Overwhelm or something. I also have a bunch of spells. It's not likely we keep
Time is money.
them from dying anyway. We go down to 5. If I hush Lissandra, they go to 2. Which is probably not worth it.
Stinging cold.
Still riding that old sand runner? I'll buy you something nice.
This sand runner made the Cypherage run in one day.
And the spell shield's not too important against ice shards,
You
but
will do as I command.
oh really? Now Chrono Shift? Really gonna have that last round with the Sivir? That Chrono Shift would have been awesome. Last round.
Feel the power of true ice. Is everyone okay? Our arrangement is complete.
So we still have to deal with 11 17s. Need to cost a lot less. Yeah, we would have won this game if I would have protected Zoe. If I would have known / realized that the Blighter Ravine was getting through the spell shield, and so then I play my other thing to buff up the Zoe, like, I think we would have won this game. I think that Zoe would have won this game. We had enough ways to protect it and everything. We would have been fine. But alas.
It's not a fake. My treasure.
Embrace the cold.
Lissandra ice shards are really a problem. We drew this Chrono Shift one turn too late. Darn. Yeah. I did mess this up on round 4 with the Bladder Ravine.
Stinging cold.
So that's too bad, but learned a lesson. Learned a lesson. Spell Shield does not protect against Bladder Ravine. Learn a good lesson there. Alright, now we'll face Irelia Azir. We got a Snoring Doggo back there. So that card's definitely gone. Can I keep Hunter, Sivir, this thing to kind of protect Sivir? Let it block? No, maybe not. We'll keep Hunter, Sivir. No, we'll keep Hunter. Gotta have cheap units. These are not cheap units. Gotta have our 1 and 2 drops, like especially having the attack token on round 1, like having round 1 Zoe was really, well, I was gonna say that was really desired, but you know, not as much against Dancing Droplet.
Hey, Krabby.
That's my resting face.
They'll never see us coming.
Gonna find a gift for Renekton, right, Arda?
It's honestly better for me to do the Dancing Droplet, but the problem with doing the dancing and then because you know I need to use like either Hush or Quicksand to be able to get rid of the Green Glade duo anyway. But the problem with doing that with the Dancing Droplet is that they'll just use the recall on the Dancing Droplet.
My return.
I don't want them to use recall on the Dancing Droplet, right? Like that's not good for me.
We'll get our licks in.
Hey Laszlo, I'm doing good. Yeah, we were a little frustrated yesterday, but today's been a lot better. We've had really good records today so far. It's kind of been like that this week, though. It's been like we had like a day where we won a lot, and then the next day we lost a lot. Then the next day we won a lot, then the next day we lost a lot. And now today we're winning a lot again. It's been it's been like 5 days in a row of like the back and forth. That's pretty funny. That's just how it goes sometimes.
The desert's prices, just the right price.
We've had a couple of disappointing losses. Our first 2
This one's a fighter.
games today.
In Shurima's name.
Tough is nice, but I wanted to go Challenger to try to kill Azir.
Quit struggling.
Because, you know, this Azir card's pretty good.
Cut you a deal.
Yeah, Shapestone I wasn't worried about because of Pale Cascade, even if we don't draw a card of Pale Cascade, it's still worth it. But obviously that was a problem of the recall.
No mercy for those who desecrate our home.
They will find our lands do not take well to intruders.
So now I really want Tough. I really want to put Tough on this 4-1 so it can just continue to block. But I guess now they're about to all be 2-1s and stuff. This is not going to be good. So like best case scenario, like I hush the sparring student and like quicksand the, I don't know, quicksand like the Irelia, but we're still just really dead. Even, yeah, we're still just really dead. Yeah, it's just GG's.
Speaker, you've joined us in dangerous times.
This too is a story we must remember.
Okay. We can tussle here. Not a bad hand. We got our Sparkeologist combo. No. Alright, cool. Got our Serpent. That may come as a surprise to our opponent.
The winter's claw strikes.
Watch them fly back into stars. Or reverse gravity and polarity.
Because you know, like this kind of deck, they're playing like Exhaust and all that kind of stuff. So like they were gonna have like their cards that challenge Zoe, and now we're gonna be like, I don't think so. No challenging. Alright, so probably want to play Sivir.
Honor is the rest on a dull blade.
Now we'll kind of see if we need to play the Snake or not, or if we're open attacking.
Let's go. I want to see some alligator tears.
Crocodile! Ugh, savages.
I don't really want to challenge that with the Snake. But we're making their life difficult with the spell shields as far as, you know, making these things vulnerable. So I can just play this, you know, Sleepy Trouble Bubble and then Paddle Star and kill a Renekton. And I kind of want to just do that. You know, it's 5 mana to kill a Renekton. So that card's super scary. Yeah, I would assume they'd have Merciless Hunter. I'd be surprised if they didn't. This is like kind of before they play like multiple cards. You know, like maybe they play like Exhaust plus Ruthless Predator or double Ruthless Predator, because like that's Renekton's champion spell also, and then they get to attack with Renekton, and then it's huge and kill one of these, and it, you know, that's a huge mess. So just gonna do the stun, deal 4 damage. All right, spell shield gone. Now I'll have the Serpent to go challenge that. My Danger Noodle. Alright, so I have this attack right now. I could play Ruin Runner. Ruin Runner allows them to play Sejuani. Maybe I wouldn't mind them playing Sejuani. Just gonna attack. Alright, they're down to 5.
Aren't you Nasus's brother, Ruin Toad, Rat Tongue?
Where are you at? 6.
Sunlight guide you, my brethren.
Lastinat Rame buys me a new sail.
Riddle me something cool.
Eat. Oh, that's close. exhaust.
No retreat.
That's all.
So we down to 7. Okay, so that would put me down to -1, which is not enough life. So let's go Guiding Touch. Put me down to a regular 1. And I think that's enough. I can play like a Bastion on it to make it 2, but I don't think there's really any difference between 1 and 2, so don't really need to do that.
Within me cannot be contained.
Probably not any difference there.
Wheel turns. Day becomes night. Time to be colors.
Gonna find a gift for Renekton. You got caught.
Yeah, so I'm going Merciless Hunter, Ruin Runner, give all 3 Overwhelm Spell Shield.
Fight or die.
Seen tombs, towns, and everything in between.
Ice Shard? There was a difference between 1 and 2. They had Ice Shard. You gotta be kidding me. Man, that's just how it's going for us with these games. Ice Shard? Yeah, I mean, I guess so. Sure. Alright, and finally, Thresh Nasus. Hopefully we don't get Ice Shard. So we got Goat, Hunter. Let's keep all this. Keep these 3. I like this curve. The Goat, Hunter, Fangs. Best case scenario was Zoe. Just to start off the curve.
What is darkness to the unseen?
Okay. We'll take 1 over taking 4. They didn't have turn 1 Decimate.
They forgot. You cannot. Boys, we got visitors.
It's kind of silly.
I must be known.
Arda's gonna make a meal of them.
Nothing's lost. It's just waiting to be found.
This is a pretty nice combination together, the Merciless Hunter
The land obey.
Business as usual.
Sivir combo. Merciless Hunter sets him up. Sivir knocks him down. The name of the Froggadile is Arda. That's interesting. That's cool to know. I did not know that.
You're dead meat.
Put me down to 10. Should have grabbed the Equinox for that. Yeah, I'll just pass. Alright, so next round, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna have 6 mana next round.
You must know me.
These fading icons are good. Zoe? Zoe, you're messing everything up.
find a gift for Renekton, right, Arda?
I was planning on just, you know, like, Merciless Hunter. Like, now we gotta play the Zoe. I'm worried about Battle Feast with the Zoe. So I guess I just wait on Zoe.
My flutter friends are so pretty.
Danger pays.
We'll get our licks in.
So you're at 12. So that means I need 23 damage to level up Sivir, and we're at 10, 14. Yeah, like, we're not getting there. It feels like they want to play Nasus, right? Like they want like to maybe slay some stuff and then play Nasus. So if I attack with like all these small things and like let them trade a bunch, like that's great for their Nasus. Whoa. What's in that hando? We're all about that. What's going on over there?
Forgetting is death to an immortal.
Zoe, look what I found. They're made of stars and make stars. Cool.
The air betrays you, child.
Using my mana well. That's what we're doing here. Basically, just spent. If I pass, yeah, like we just basically played a 2 mana, one of those things.
It's a living.
Okay, so we're at 17. So that means we need 18. So this is 4, 9. I guess that's 14. We need 18. So then that's 18. Like these first 4, and then these get the bonus. Okay. The 3/3 goes in front of the 2/2. Maybe you still just go back anyway. Okay.
Dissident.
Oh, I haven't said that aggro is getting boring in the meta. I wouldn't say that. Like that's not my sentiment. I don't think that aggro is boring, and different people like different stuff. Yeah, a lot of people like control decks. There are people who like aggro decks too. I don't think aggro is boring. There's just a couple of cards like here and there that I recommend tweaking, but yeah. So for the most, all right. So they're going down to 10. Yeah. Yeah, I would much rather play against aggro than Trundle Lissandra. For sure. My least favorite deck to play against is the Irelia sold Targon decks, honestly. I like playing against everything else. Okay. Yeah, Trundle Lissandra is really a combo deck, not really a control deck. Oh, I should probably do the +1/+1 in Spell Shield. Let's go Messenger. Let's keep the cards coming.
You brought back my favorite star.
Decks that basically like those kind of style decks. It's been different decks in the past, but the decks that just have like the absolute best inevitability that you can't possibly defeat, those are the ones that I don't like facing. When like one region just has like, you know, because Aurelion Soul, like nothing outgrinds Aurelion Soul. But you know, like you can outgrind, you know, like Nasus isn't like an outgrind, you know, like Captain Farron, you know, like looking at like the other top end type cards, like those are fine top end cards. They're like, you know, like they're really good, like Nasus, Captain Farron, that kind of stuff. They're really good. They end games, but they don't just like sit around forever and just completely like you can't do anything about it, kind of thing. Like Aurelion Soul and like Aurelion Soul, like the spell shield plus being, you know, like that card's just a nightmare. I don't really like playing against Aurelion Soul decks. So like yes, like big Cytheria, like it's not really outgrinding, but like they end games right away, right? Like so like Cytheria, like those other things, like they end the game pretty quickly. But if you can stabilize against those kind of strats. It's difficult, but you can. Like we've done it against Cytheria a few times, but like you can't just like stabilize against Aurelion Soul, because Aurelion Soul just outgrinds you. I don't know if y'all understand the difference there, but that just playing against it, like, that's how just kind of I feel. Like, everybody feels different about different things, but yeah, I really don't like playing against Aurelion Soul decks. But Lissandra Trundle, same kind of thing. But if you're playing Targon, you know, you have a decent shot because you can, you know, get enough things to deal with enough Watchers and stuff like that. But yeah, you have to have like a lot of cards to remove Aurelion Soul right when he's summoned. Plus, but then he also gets like a game-breaking Celestial card, like, you know, like a Living Legends or something like that immediately also. And then you're just like, come on. Ninten Goods asks, what deck would you personally use to grind to Masters? Again, I wouldn't necessarily like recommend this for everybody, but the deck that I would be playing like off stream to grind to Masters is this Howling Abyss control deck that we played like a week ago. This is my favorite deck right now because Howling Abyss is sweet, and it has, you know, like the great late game because it has Targon, and then it has good early game with like Avalanche, Braum, stuff like that. I like it a lot, and as you can see, I used all my essence to make all these things prismatic. So this is my prismatic deck. I think it's pretty sweet, and Howling Abyss is just such a fun card, and that's definitely what it's about for me, is playing stuff that's fun also. All right, so with Sivir Zoe, I know we only ended up 1-4, but I think our deck was honestly like pretty good. Like, it was just fine, right? You know, like sometimes your record just doesn't really show what your deck is. We were kind of snake bit in some of those games, especially the first two were really close. Could have definitely been wins with some different decisions, like especially that Lissandra Trundle. It just completely my fault of not realizing that the Blighted Ravine was going to get through Spell Shield. And I could have done something about that. I could have buffed up my Zoe to be a 3/3 and survive by using both Spark. You know, I used one Sparkeologist on. I could use the second Sparkeologist also, make it a 3/3. It survives, and I think that changes that game completely. So if I just do that, you know, then we're 2-3, and now it's looking a little bit better. And then our first loss was really close. Then we also had that other loss. You know, then the fourth loss. You know, we got our opponent. We're attacking for lethal. I could have played the Bastion and stayed at 2, but I thought that staying at 1 against the Renekton deck was okay. But then they just had Ice Shard to kill us. You know, like, we were pretty snake bit in some of these games, and that's going to happen. But yeah, I think our deck was okay. I was definitely impressed by Giddy Sparkeologist. The Profiteer looked okay. You know, it wasn't amazing, but it looked just fine, right? It was respectable, right? Like, it seemed like a perfectly playable card. I don't know if it looked necessarily better than Sandspinner at that same mana cost, same spot, but it looked like it had like some potential, so I liked it. But there we go, pretty decent deck though. Sivir Zoe. All right, so those of y'all watching later on YouTube, hit that like button over there, and as always, feel free to leave those comments. You know, let me know what you think of the deck. Like I was saying, like, even though we went 4-1, three of those losses were really close. Like, one little card here, they're all wins, and then, you know, we really only lost like one game pretty bad. Like, it was a 1-4 that really realistically could have been a 4-1, but that happened. So hopefully y'all try the deck out. Let me know how it goes for you. Let me know how you like it and that kind of stuff. Hope you do. But that's going to be it here for this one. So as always, thank you so much for watching. That's something I can never, ever say enough. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you for the next video.